So, as I said, this is my first time I'm using the apps, so I'm not really sure how it works, but you're going to be patient with me so that we get to learn how to use it together. I'm not Agnes, because she has mastered the apps already. So Agnes, if you're watching, I want to say a big thank you to you, because you started this within the community, and you actually encouraged me to go through and do it. So that's why I'm sitting here today in front of you, because of Agnes. She pushed me in doing it. I didn't want to do it at all. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good idea for my business and for what I do as an entrepreneur. So thank you, Agnes, for pushing me to get it done. And thank you as well to Shawa Jalo for actually taking me through it as well. And the beginning, well, when my first video, I actually introduced myself. I'm Francess Kay. A lot of people call me Abina or Francess or Kay. So whichever way you call me or whichever way you know me, that is fine. I think I'm having problems with the storage, but we'll be fine. We'll get along. So we'll try to make it work next week. So this week I introduced my awards. I've got different awards there. Those were the awards for the last year event. And I've got the album behind me for the last year event. Some of you might have seen it, but some of you might have not seen it. And we're going to talk about myself and what I do and the African Entrepreneur Award. First of all, I've introduced myself. I've got two lovely kids, and I'm from Sierra Leone. I'm a Sierra Leonean. A lot of you know that. And I'm a mother, as I said earlier, with two lovely kids. You can see their photos today on my Facebook page. I put it up this morning, and they mean everything to me. Now, we'll talk about what I do. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm developing to be a writer. I've got a book coming out soon, possibly within the end of the year. It's called My African Struggle, How Much Can One Take? It's about, well, it's mainly based in Sierra Leone, about Sierra Leone struggles and a girl in Sierra Leone. But I'm not going to say much about that right now. I'll talk about how I started. I started a couple of years ago. I used to live in Umfort in Huddersfield. And I started with cakes. Well, I didn't initially start with cake. I started first with sewing. I went to the sewing school. That was what I enrolled for with Umfort College, Huddersfield College. I went one day. I actually did enter the class, and the next day they were doing cakes. And I fell in love with the cakes because I just went to peep. And I said to myself, oh, I love cakes, so I might as well join the cake school. So they welcomed me, and I started doing cakes. The cake school. And from the cake school I decided I enjoyed it, so I did another course like the level 2, and I love this. Jackie Ansin know about it. She used to eat all my rubbish cake, and Rachel Samuels as well. They used to eat all the cakes that never used to be nice, and a lot of people have had my not so nice cakes. And then I decided, oh, it's quite good. So I went over and do the level 3 of cake decoration with Huddersfield College. From Huddersfield College, I decided, oh, I love it, so I can do the diploma in it. So I went to Knightsbridge and did the diploma of cake decoration. And it was really good. I enjoyed it. So I got an international diploma with cake decoration. I can decorate any cake you want. I'm still working on the inside, trust me, but it's getting better. But decoration right outside, it's fantastic. And secondly, after doing my cakes, I loved it, and then I started doing cakes for family, friends, joining a lot of people with cakes, and it started getting us a good business. So I registered it. I like doing things legally. After registering my business, I actually moved to Milton Keynes with my kids and start doing things for myself in Milton Keynes with my family. And I got to meet a lot of lovely people in Milton Keynes. And I met this lady, she's called Auntie Tina. I used to work with Milton Keynes Council. And Tina Conjo actually took me through in life. Like, Frances, I started with Milton Keynes African Festival first. And she said, you're a brilliant woman. You're a nice lady. Why can't you open something for yourself? So that was when Janaya Event came across. So I started with Janaya Event. Janaya Event is actually the name of my two kids, Abijah and Benaya. Abijah's my firstborn, so I took the Ja from Abidjan and then Naya from Benaya. So that is my baby. I love Janaya event because it's my kids. It's an events management company. I do events for different people. Some of you attended my events last year through Janaya event. I believe you've attended 2 of my events made by myself through Janaya event. And I actually have done a lot of different events for other people as well. And Janaya Events is a member of the Milton Keynes Chamber of Commerce. We've been a member for about going 2 years now. So, and it's up and running still. And the next thing that I did from Janaya Events was the African Entrepreneur Award. It's a new company, it's my baby, and it's registered. That is what I'm going to talk about today, and talk about what are we doing for the community. That's going to be my last subject. But for now, I'll tell you a little bit about African Entrepreneur Award. African Entrepreneur Award started last year. We actually had our first event last year, and it was at Whitterbury Hall in Northamptonshire. And we had quite a few people that attended the award, about 200 guests. We did add about 200 to 300 guests we did add. For some of the people that attended the award ceremony, they came out being satisfied, according to feedback that I got. It was inspirational, it was motivational, and that is what I try to achieve with all my events, for people to get inspired. So when you leave my event, you will get inspired and feel inspired. So I'll tell you a bit about African Entrepreneur Award. African Entrepreneur Award started last year, as I said, and I'm the founder. And we're gonna have our next event in October coming up, the 14th of October to be precise, at the Decorium in London, Wood Green. That's where we're gonna host the event. The award of itself, it's for the unsung hero within the African community. When I say African community, it's called the African Entrepreneur Award. It doesn't mean it's going to be just African people who is going to be receiving the award. The award is going to go to anyone, when I mean anyone supporting the African community. So it could be myself, it could be yourself, it could be anyone out there. Let's take, for example, in Peckham Market, where I do my shopping sometimes. We've got the beef market in there. It's owned, I think, by the Asian people. And those people support the African community. So because they support the African community, we need to award them for, we just need to recognize the work they're doing within the community for us. So those people are the kind of people that we need to say thank you to for supporting our community, for giving back to the community what we, the African people, cherish. We love our food. We love our community. We love ourselves. I know sometimes we don't get along, but we love each other. I love my African community. People call me, oh, Francess, Mama Africa, when I go for these events, but that's what we've got. That's our legacy. We're rich within Africa, so we need to cherish that. We need to hold that close to our heart. We need to get our community out there. We do things differently, but this time around I'm trying to do Africa. So my award is for anyone that supports the community and anyone that works with the community and African of African origin and Africans themselves. The award can go to someone who is a lollipop lady, helping the kids to school, crossing them at the zebra crossing, the lollipop lady, we all know. But she's working for the community. So we need to recognize those people in the community. Those are the people we need to award. Those are the people we need to say thank you to. It can be, for example, he was nominated last year for the award, Larry in Netherfield. To me, is a community champion. Because what Larry does for the community, because I remember very well when one of my friends died, he was out there for the community. He helped the community. He works with the community. So those are the kind of people we need to recognize within the community. It could even be Tab Sakar. It could be Tutu. It could be me. It could be anyone in the community that's helped the community. So get out there and nominate them. Nominate people who you think deserve the recognition. Nominate people who you think have worked with the... I keep stressing the word community, because my award is for community. It's for people who are helping the African community. So go out there, nominate people. Nominate them to really, so that they can get the recognition they deserve. So that's telling you about my award. And then the next thing we're going to talk about, why I'm doing this award. As I said earlier on, I'm an African woman. I believe in community. So I came up with this idea. Well, it came up overnight with this idea. And this idea was quite big. But it wasn't called the African Entrepreneur Award. It was called something else. And I met a brother. I called him my older brother. He's called Mr. Ahmed Sisse. And told him about my idea. And he said to me, oh, Francis, I think about it properly. Think about the name and get back to me. So right there I said to him, oh, Uncle Ahmed, I've thought about something else. And he said, no, not that one, but think about something else. I said, okay, what should I think about? He said, think about you're an entrepreneur. Think about what will benefit them. Then I said, oh, the African Entrepreneur Award. So he said, yeah, you go. You've got it. It's the African Entrepreneur Award. So that was how the name came about. And my vision, I always say my vision are bigger than me. People that knows me or people that are around me always know that I've got big dreams in life. And one of my vision is for Africa. So 60% of the money I'm going to make out of the African Entrepreneur Award this year, it's going towards different things we've got planned for the African Entrepreneur Award. I'll give you an example. Frabe College in Sierra Leone. It's one of the first universities in Africa. And that university, when I went to Sierra Leone with my own eyes, I'm not talking about what people are saying, I'm talking about what I've witnessed. A lot of you knew that I just came back from Sierra Leone. The university needs help and support. So one of my dreams is not going to be just Frabe College in Sierra Leone, but it's to actually refurbish academic institutions in Africa that needs help. It could be any academic institution in Africa. It could be from Zimbabwe, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from South Africa. But education is the key to success. Without education in life, I wouldn't say you're nothing, because you can get something, but it helps you to achieve your dreams. So my dream, my number one goal in life is to actually refurbish all, well, I wouldn't say all, because we're not that big to do everything by ourselves. So it's to actually bring to light all those institutions that need help and support within the African community in Africa. That is my number one goal. So we refurbish academic institutions in Africa with 60% of the profit that we're going to get out of the African Entrepreneur Award this year. And our second goal is to actually establish play areas for kids in Africa. I know people will say, oh, Francis, you've got big dreams, but if you don't dream big, they never come to fusion. That is my goal, to actually establish play areas. When you're in England, for example, I live in England, I live in Milton Keynes. You've got play areas for a lot of kids. You've got lots of kids around, you know, they go to the park, they play and everything. Some African country, like where I'm from in Sierra Leone, some of our kids don't really have privilege for that. Some of the kids that live down there don't have that privilege. So I think it's good for me to actually come up with play areas for kids in Sierra Leone, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Gambia. It could be anywhere. But if we try to build play areas for kids, that will help them develop and help them to go out there and play as children. So that's my second goal for the African Entrepreneur Award, where the money is going to go to. And the third one is to support orphans. As you can tell from my Facebook page, for some of you that know me and some of you that have been friends with me on Facebook, there are orphans all over the world. We've got family. Anyone can die at any time. It could be me, it could be you, it could be anyone. This life that we live, we don't really know what tomorrow holds. But we've got kids. I've got kids. I'm getting emotional because I've got kids that I love. And we've got lots of orphans around. I'm taking Sierra Leone again as an example because I'm from Sierra Leone and I just came back from Sierra Leone. There's this orphanage in Godrich that actually helped when I went back home. I visited them. They hold about 49 kids. And this orphanage actually need help with those kids. So I believe in helping orphans. So part of the money that I'm going to make out of this year African Entrepreneur Award is going to go towards that orphanage to help those kids with their educational needs. So those are the first things we're going to concentrate on this year. And in England, come on, we're Africans, as we say. Some of us don't have papers, some of us do have papers. And some of the people that don't really have documents in England, some of them do suffer. And some of them actually died along the way and leave kids. And those kids need our help. I've got example, one of my best friends died recently. And she left 3 kids after she died. And those kids need help. So we've got lots of our African community out there that people are dying every day. The family needs help. So if we can actually come together as a community, I'm only trying the best I could, but the African community is really, really big. We've got a very big African community abroad. It doesn't mean to be just in England. It could be in America. It could be in France. It could be in Germany. We go out every single night, I will say, or weekend. We try to buy new clothes, new shoes, earrings like myself. I love wearing nice things. But if we really think about it, what are we doing for our community? What are we doing for the people back home? What are we doing for the people we've got around us in our community? We need to think about it. For every single time you go out, if you can take that £1, $1, just €1, and put it in a cupboard, like in a basket, to say, okay, for every time I'm buying this earring, let me just put £1 away to help someone. Can you imagine how much money you could be saving to help someone back home, or even someone in England where we live? Let's help our community. That is all we have. I know a lot of people don't know me for talking this way, but yes, I do talk when it comes to my African community. I can talk. And some people that know me, they know I can talk. So my dream and my goal is to help my African community. We need to help each other. We need to come around and support each other, hold ourselves. That is all we've got. So my dream for the African Entrepreneur Award, and why I actually established it, is to bring the community together. It's not called the Sierra Leone Award. It's not called the Ghanaian Award. It's not called the Nigerian Award. It's not called the Zimbabwean Award. It's not called the Togolese Award. It's called Africa Entrepreneur Award. It's for Africa. It's to support the African community, to support myself, yourself, and anyone out there. So please, think about what I've said to you. Think about the things that the African Entrepreneur Award have to offer to the community. One, I did said earlier on, to refurbish academic institution in Africa, everywhere in Africa. Every country in Africa, every year, we'll try and do that if we can, as long as we have your support. And secondly, is to improve the life of African children by building play area. That's what we'll start with first this year. That's our goal, our dream for this year. To build play areas for kids, so that my kids and your kids, even when we go back home, they can have somewhere to play. We have that privilege abroad, but some of us, like Sierra Leone, don't have that privilege for our kids. And third is to actually help the orphans who have lost their family in Africa.